welcome to episode 235 of the Solar One Sci-Fi podcast. I'm starting off this episode in a slightly more somber note because it could be that all our long-term sci-fi favourites are fucked. On this episode, we are joined by my faithful co-hosts. First of all, Martin Fowler. Hello, Martin. I'm talking in a very serious manner. How are you?
I'm thinking in a very serious manner.
Yeah, I can tell. And how are you, Malcolm?
I'm all good. I'm never serious.
Okay, so basically, thank you guys for joining us this episode because we haven't been around that much, but we do try and do some new episodes when we can. Yeah, we wanted to talk about basically the fact that within the last week from the time of recording, or maybe just over, first of all, the new Stargate series, which looked really positive, looked like it was really going to be something which is going to tick a lot of boxes for the long-term fans, has been cancelled or they changed their mind, even though they'd actually already spent millions in pre-production. And then last week, a few days later, Doctor Who has been put out to tender, as it were. Bad Wolf Studios are gone, and Russell T Davies is gone. So I guess it's not all bad, is it, guys? So what do you think about it? Let's ask you first, Malcolm, because I think Martin's just lighting up. Malcolm, what do you think about it first?
So I mean, it's not just them two. First, we had the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot.
Yes, I've forgotten about that.
Of sci-fi, but it's the same thing. It's a long-term franchise.
Yeah, it's a long-term IP.
Everyone was massively excited for it, and whatever they turned in the pilot, the studios weren't happy with it and binned it. And then we've got, as you say, the Stargate one, and the Stargate. The reason is, you're not catering to new viewers, which is kind of the base of what we're going to talk about later on.
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor Who, and as I've said to a couple of people, the thing about Doctor Who is they're putting it out to tender. So if Bad Wolf decide to go for that tender,
they could actually get it.
The best offer,
or
they're the only ones who go for it. They may well end up with that series again, and Russell T Davies will take that as proof positive that whatever he's doing is his to do. So that could happen easily.
Yeah.
But I'm tired of seeing people saying it needs to end and all that kind of nonsense.
Exactly. It's certainly interesting.
Yeah, I've also had a few kind of conversations, particularly around Doctor Who the last few days, where people, this whole true fan and people going, the old school fans have killed it because they just kept moaning about it. And it's like, wait on a minute. So you're telling us it's our fault that they made a show that we thought was rubbish? Yeah, we because we didn't lap up everything they gave us, which is another thing people say quite. If you were a true fan, you'd watch it no matter what. No, I don't fucking subscribe to that at all. We watched it because it was a fantastic show. It's not a fantastic show now. It caters to a lower minority. Unfortunately, it does. No matter what way you paint it, it fucking does, and that's what killed it.
Now, before we go into I think a factor is that basically they want to make shows to encourage a new generational audience. And the fact is they feel that they have to differentiate between that sort of content than what the older generation like, because they are thinking that we're all going to start dying out. But before we go into that conversation, we're going to ask Martin here. So Martin, sorry mate, what's your perspective of all this product?
Could we have a moment's silence?
Yeah, but okay, yeah, we're not on the audio, so we could just be here quiet for 10 minutes. Let's start.
Yeah, all right. Let's get on. Right.
Go on.
I totally 100% agree with Malcolm and the point he made about people blaming the older fan base. It was the older fan base that kept it fucking alive. It kept it alive through doing podcasts, reviews, buying the merchandise. It's pocketed all these companies.
Yeah.
And we've kept it alive. And don't forget, a lot of these people, a lot of the older fan base are still around, and they are our age. Most have got families now, and they've shared this with the kids. And for them to come out and say that is just an insult. It really is with Stargate, because they don't have to reboot it. They don't have to reset it. They just set it in the year of 2026.
That's right. Which is what they were probably going to be doing. That's what I think they were doing.
and the new heads of the projects, the Stargate or the World Command or whatever it did become, the older characters, they're the experienced leaders running the whole project now with the new team. And that's all they had to do. And then they could have mixed it. Because I'm going to say this, when, like, with Doctor Who and Star Trek, I mean, what was that awful say? I don't even want to say the Academy. They put more Easter eggs in that from the last 40 years of Star Trek than anything else, because they wanted the fan base. You need a mixture of two fan bases, the new ones and the older ones that have kept it alive. We kept Star Trek alive when it was off the air. We kept it going.
Yeah.
And what they gave us, apart from Strange New Worlds, that were the best out of all of it, was, you know, all right, the 2 first seasons of Discovery were okay, but the rest of it, I could just bin it down toilet. Academy, I just, don't get me started. That
Academy was terrible. It was terrible.
But with Strange New Worlds, they sort of got on the right track with it. And Generations as well. Don't forget as well the Picard series season 3.
Yeah.
That went to a new fan base and the old fan base, and it worked perfectly. They could have delivered Star Trek at that level. It's what we wanted. And it's not about the older generation. They could have done it properly, but they haven't. I totally agree with everything Malcolm's just said. I didn't want to say this because, but they are now going in certain directions and just not thinking about the older fan base. Doctor Who, we defended when the actress came. What's her name?
Jodie Whittaker.
What's her name?
Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, Jodie, fantastic actress, and I think, you know, there were a lot of upset about turning him into a woman. We sort of went with it. We even stuck up for it because we were convinced by what they did with Missy, which worked. When we found out Missy was the master, it worked. And then Doctor Who, it just became a shit show after that. And the last actor, he just used it just to springboard himself, to make himself more famous, and that's what it were all about. He doing it, and the writing and where the politics and the patronising, people switching off. They were just switching off.
We have. I was going to say. Go on.
The Buffy thing. Look at the Buffy thing. I want to see this pilot episode. I really want to see it. And I thought, right, well, I like Buffy. I'm not like, I won't jump on the bandwagon. I would watch it. So I watched it all before. Buffy was a superb series back in the day. But obviously they've gone in there and they've messed it all up. Look, I know times change and generations move on. I get that. But I've noticed a lot of these series, they're always banging in the past Easter eggs, aren't they? Because that's the only thing that's keeping it going. Oh, that were in it 20 years ago. Like they brought Sutek back. You remember all that?
Oh, well, that was just ridiculous.
But in the build-up to it was like sort of interesting. You thought, well, it's Sutek, they're going to get it right. And then it's a dog sat on top of TARDIS, humping it. And that's what we got. And then he threw it through space on a dog lead and vaporized it. Yeah, it was. And the Christmas special, all of it, Buffy ruined. And you know, I've noticed Blake Seven's gone quiet now. But
it might be the BBC if Doctor Who is out to tender for many years.
The BBC made Doctor Who in-house 20 years ago when they brought it back. There were never a problem. They spent £1 million an episode on it, which, you know, because I watched the film the other day, the 4K version, and I've not seen it in a long time.
Really good.
That film was the basis for modern Doctor Who.
It was, and you could see that. You can see it. Yes, it was.
And I sat there and I thought they took everything.
I saw it in 2K, but I was very impressed with what they did with it. It never looked. It looks so good compared to how it has always been shown before. And yeah, it's got some flaws. I'm half human on my mother's side and stuff, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it.
And then they went and messed around with his origins, and then they made Regeneration and MacGuffin, where
My generation, yeah, exactly.
Summon up regeneration energy, and that were a big thing for each end of each season. And they perverse that, the story, right, all of it, and to say that the older fan base killed it is just bloody ridiculous. You know, where the fuck is it kept it going?
But just very quickly, I don't think BBC Studios did make it back in 2005. They pumped money into it, but Bad Wolf made the show.
It started it quite soon, didn't it? It was the beginning.
That's why it was made by BBC Carlisle with the studios.
Yeah, which I think it was like, was it like during the first or second year that Bad Wolf officially became that specific? Yeah, I remember it wasn't right at the beginning, but it was right near the start.
The other thing, the Whoniverse thing, they already did that years ago with Sarah Jane Torchwood and all this. They were building on it, and that one in set in the skull and
class.
And I'm not saying that one, but
I saw the beginning of it. Peter Capaldi, he does appear.
Yeah.
The Doctor appears in the first episode, and it was great to see him in that.
But
people didn't realise that.
They did Torchwood.
I never liked Torchwood. I never liked it.
First season is incredible. It's
I watched the female side. I saw Cyberwoman, but I didn't click with it. I can see why people like it.
Second
first season of Torchwood was all right. The second one got a bit silly. The third one was brilliant. The children of something or other was
that was worth it. But after
I've
that,
never seen it. Never seen it.
They create something, then suddenly it becomes a hit. And Christopher Eccleston's been very vocal about all this.
Oh, did you see his tweet? Did you see his tweet? He said, "Love my arse," and he's lying in the grass, and he's smiling and taking the piss out of Russell T Davies. It was so funny. The guy loathed him. He absolutely detested him.
They made War of the Wells and killed that, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Everything they get hold of it and mix it up with all this
the new BBC production of Dracula was largely shite as well.
Is that terrible? Is that bad?
What about Day of the Triffids? Day of the Triffids are terrible.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Eddie Izzard when he's in the plane?
That's the plane. Yeah, that was awful.
Oh, hang on, just remember Eddie Izzard, where she was in it.
Oh, fuck off. Sorry, mate. That bullshit. I want to ask you guys about something which I've noticed about the problem, and I think this is where these people are getting it wrong. That these producers are looking to make content for a new next generation audience, but what they don't realise is that a lot of the younger people often get into watching these things by their parents or older brothers, not too, a sort of generational thing where they say, I used to watch Stargate, making Stargate coming back, and we are the ones advertising to the next generation about these shows. And that's why Picard season 3 did well, because it appealed to us, and then we told our kids and we told other people, and it became more popular. And what I seem to see is that they just seem to think, well, look, like Starfleet Academy is a prime example, where they make a show which is so removed from what the fan base is accustomed to that they alienate, pardon the pun, the audience and the younger audience. And we've talked about this before. Our kids, Malcolm, they don't watch a lot of TV. They don't watch it. They watch, like TikTok or YouTube. I mean, I don't watch much TV myself, and that's half the problem.
It's like over the last few years, we've actually had some decent stuff like The Expanse.
Yeah,
and they got that right. I mean, even though they put the
based on a book, though. So it wasn't like they made up the series. It's
based on something. Yes,
but the foundation.
That foundation was the next one I was going to say. Exactly. Yes.
That.
So based on a book.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
They are capable of taking the older stuff, which they've now killed. I call it franchise killing, right? And they are capable of turning it into, because when you watch Star Trek or Doctor Who, you want to escape for that hour. You don't want all that. You want like the Romulans are being sneaky, or there's a conspiracy.
Or the Borg are coming back, and yes, yeah.
What each member of the crew is, they get on with what their assigned duties are, and there's a story, and then after it, you're saying to people in the pub, "Did you watch that episode of Doctor Who? It was I love the twist at the end," and that's what we should be, and we're not getting that now.
Yeah, but there is a problem now that back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you could talk to people in the pub and say, "Oh, did you watch that episode of Doctor Who last Saturday?" And they say, "Oh, yeah." Now people are like, I'm too embarrassed to actually admit it. It's like, you watching that shit still? I haven't seen that for 20 years. It's like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, when I was a kid, and obviously Malcolm and I went to the same school, we knew a guy who was really into Star Trek, and he used to get all the different Starfleet ships and stuff, and he was a bit of a nerd. And he actually got me into Star Trek, but he wasn't that popular because he stood out as being odd. Doctor Who, at least when 20 years ago, when it came back, it was quite popular with people of all ages. It wasn't such a geeky thing. So but now it's back to it again. It's geeky again.
Yeah, but why kill that off? When Doctor Who came back in 2005, why? It were getting vast, or even up to beyond. It were getting vast numbers. People loved it. Their whole-time families are staying Saturday night to watch it.
Yeah.
Before they went out, and now then suddenly, like these new writers got hold of it and all that, and they went and killed it. And then Russell T Davies came back and just sunk it. You know, and he was the one that made it successful. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like it's 20 years later. I know I'm going to put my views in this now. Now I try not to get into politics on it. I'm not. I keep politics to myself. But yeah, what I've been seeing, I found Doctor Who extremely. I found it. What's that word? I found it condescending.
Oh, condescending, yeah.
I did. I made the last series when they were crying all the time.
Yeah, but I feel that the BBC have never quite understood Doctor Who. They just don't understand the show. They don't understand what it's about. They just know that it makes money.
Yeah, but they understand the money, though, don't
they?
Yeah,
and Russell T Davies, when he brought it in the first time, he did make it hugely successful. When Chibnall was kicked out because of issues with what he did, they asked Davies back because he knew what he was doing the first time, but by now, Rusty Davies is more about his agendas, his pushing things that he's really into, obviously gay stuff, whatever. Which obviously there's a place for that, and there are shows like that. But he actually said in a recent interview that Doctor Who is a gay show, and Doctor Who is not a gay show. It never has been a gay show.
A friend of mine said, "Sorry, I was having this discussion in the pub over a week." And a friend of mine said to me, he said, Doctor Who, he shouldn't be sexualised in any way.
Yes, we've talked about that.
He's an alien.
Yes, we've talked about that, yeah.
Between the companions in the previous show, Joe Grant, like, you get to the end of the Green Death, now suddenly she's in love with a guy and running off with him. There was no hint of that beforehand. Leela as well, with the what was his name? Captain... Yeah. There was no hint of anything going on between them until she's in love with him and leaving at the end. That's how relationships happen. Then you got like Nissa's dad, mum and dad, and all that. Who barely even. In fact, the mum even turns the dad in at the end. Now suddenly, now 20% of the stuff all has to be like bullshit about them, like trying to fucking hump each other every 2 minutes. 1 second.
Yeah. I was going to say. Martin, it actually sort of started with the 1996 movie when that Doctor, the Eighth Doctor, he did get into
there was backlash over that.
That was the first time, and they carried that over into New Who.
This is Americanization of the show. That's what they did. The half-human thing, fucking this.
They dropped that. They dropped that
so much of the cool stuff.
Yeah. And I think that Peter Capaldi was quite more the traditional Doctor, and I think that's why I like him. He was one of the best.
He was the last traditional Doctor.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people really liked him. I mean, I found him quite hard to get into when he first came along.
I loved him.
The stories let him down. The stories definitely let him down, but
he was great. He was great in his role.
The Doctor was up there with Baker, Pertwee, and
really. Yeah, I can see that absolutely, and I think he's very, very well remembered. And most people. They say that he's the last Doctor, isn't he? That's what they say.
You see, it's like the Stargate thing. I mean, I watch Stargate every week. I mean, I always put on the odd episode. And like, you know, right, they're all older now, I get that. But there's no... I don't want a reboot of it where they find the gate and they go through and they create these new aliens and all this, because they'll only end up taking from the original series.
Do you fear
that with Star Wars? All that Star Wars stuff we've been watching, a load of that stuff, Thrawn and all this, they come from expanded universe. They said, "Oh, Disney, we're getting rid of all that. It never existed." They're taking all the stuff from it.
The character of Thrawn came from extremely, but the portrayal of him in Ahsoka was nothing like who he was in Ahsoka. He was a fucking moron. Whereas in the extended Timothy Zahn books, he was a tactical fucking genius that damn near won.
Dangerous, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but they're taking from the start and Stargate, a reboot of Stargate, like setting it all in 2027 or whatever. They will take a load of stuff from the original series. They will, and try and twist it around with politics in it.
So, are you thinking in some ways are you thinking it's good that they haven't actually done it? Maybe that Stargate not coming back might have been. I got the impression it looked very good from the initial what I've read about it. But are you thinking in some ways?
Well, the world knows about it.
Well, but what I'm saying is that it's created by the people who did the original Stargate, so that's a good start. It's not going to be a reboot; it's going to be a continuation. We could have had some guest characters from actors who are obviously getting older. And don't forget, they're not be around forever. I mean, if they do another show,
they'd be like Sam Carter's probably.
Yeah, she'd be like a general or something.
Okay. Yeah, she's like. O'Neill's probably president of them. You don't know. Daniel Jackson's probably in charge of research with new archaeology under him.
Yeah.
And then think about how many ships they're going to have. Is there and the politics that goes with it.
Yeah.
Still they haven't explored the Milky Way galaxy. There's still loads of worlds out there.
Well, they've got still loads of Stargates they haven't explored. I'm part
That's
of the
what I mean.
network. And
so you could continue it.
But they don't want to do it. They're not going to do it. They're too frightened to do it.
For the continuation would have been they really needed to avoid a big bad. We had the Gold for the first 7, 8 series. Then we had the All Right for the next.
All Right, yeah.
We had the Wraith over there. What they wanted to do, from my mind, was avoid any kind of big bad. You have it a continuation on the world now knows about the Stargate. Well, let's have it just anthology, just episode to episode on a planet. Doing stuff. You don't need this big bad overriding stuff. It's one of the criticisms I've read about recently that never occurred to me about Doctor Who was the last sort of 3 or 4 seasons of Doctor Who was all universe-ending shit. It's like
same as Star Trek.
Other than Legopolis, I don't think there was ever a threat to the entire fucking fabric of reality in classic Star Wars, in classic Doctor Who. I don't think it was, but now it's every single fucking season.
And the same Discovery. Discovery did the same thing.
And how can he be the one guy fighting to save the universe? In a universe that big with that many fucking people, how is he the only guy fucking at the vanguard fucking trying to fight it off against everyone? It was just nonsense.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing, it was like when they altered his origins, it was like when she found out that
the Timeless Child, well, everyone,
before ridiculous. He ran away with the TARDIS. And that never got resolved because they didn't have an answer for it. It never got resolved. We thought every year we're going to find out where the Doctor comes from. This other race that's above the Time Lords, and we never found it. They never resolved it because they didn't have an answer to it. That's why it got dropped.
Well, yeah, but it shouldn't be brought up in the first place.
How many times have they killed the Time Lords off? How many times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well,
How
I
many
mean,
times do we have the Time War, the big event, which were absolutely amazing? And then suddenly Time Lords came back, and then Time Lords got killed off again. Then Time Lords come back, and then the Master killed them all. And then we got Cyber Lords and all this. And it was just like what is
yeah, it's
going
like,
on
come
here?
on, yeah, no, I agree. It's really ridiculous. I mean, so obviously we've talked about Doctor Who, we've talked about Star Trek. So the next big potential casualty is Star Wars. The Mandalorian and Grogu has flopped.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's out, not going to be on until next year. Then they've got another Starfighter. Again, after that, we don't know what's happening in that franchise. I mean, is that another franchise you
Have
feel
you
that?
seen Darth Maul yet?
No, I'm not into animated
No,
stuff. No,
no. Have
no.
you seen that, Malcolm?
No, no. A friend of mine who has been watching it said it is dark as fuck. To be fair, so
Okay, I
Oh,
might
good. Well,
give
that's a good start. I mean, do you think that Star Wars would just continue in a sort of animated sort of format or something?
I
oh, sure.
just
You go,
so
Martin.
go on. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, so my thing with the Star Wars is what they want to do is what they've done with like the Mandalorian is stay away from anything related to the first three films or any of that, and just stick with their own. You know, it's a whole entire fucking galaxy of new stuff. Just have new people. Just have new scenarios.
Yeah,
Etc. You know this, and like I've said this before about Mandalorian and then Boba Fett. All anybody wanted was a fucking bounty hunter going out and arresting fucking people.
Yeah, chasing after people. Yeah,
Western in space concept of just bringing people down and bringing them back.
Yeah.
That was it. They fucked it up twice.
They did
Nonsense.
because on the second film with Luke Skywalker when he comes back, they fucked their own future up for it to grow when the Jedi Academy got destroyed.
Oh yeah, you mean, yeah, because we know how it's going to
They
end up.
shot
You mean?
themselves in the foot with all that. That
Yeah.
shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I mean
I get it.
that's one issue is that basically the Mandalorian is stuck in a future where we know where it's all going to go.
Yeah,
It's going to
yeah,
go
we
into
do.
the sequels.
The first
So it's kind of like
and now
you know what I mean?
they're saying now that they want to undo all that. That never happened.
They can't do that. They can't. I've heard this stuff about they're going to reboot or start Star
Can't do
Wars.
it.
They can't remake it.
It's set in
Well,
stone now.
Doctor Who, they talk about that. They said that when he comes back, it might be a reboot, a proper reboot with a brand new first Doctor. I mean, imagine that.
No, I mean I've seen all the arguments of take it back to when Capaldi regenerates and no, take it. I'm a big fan of take it back to fucking Sylvester McCoy personally. I'd still accept Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi playing the Doctor, and even most of their companions being in it. But I would go all the way back to fucking to Sylvester McCoy and start again and write off everything since fucking 2005. That'd be my thing because while there's stuff in it I liked, there's a lot in it.
So would he still regenerate into Paul McGann, or would he be a different Eighth Doctor?
Paul McGann proved himself to be fantastic as the Doctor, but there was so much fucking bullshit Americanized nonsense to get the American fans on board who already were. They didn't really need to do that. So many changes to the show, so many changes to the concept. For the first time now, the Doctor actually dies and then regenerates. That was fucking stupid. He can't fucking keep it in his pants anymore. He's now half human. The Gallifreyan power source that all the Time Lords use is now in his TARDIS. It was just horse
Yeah,
shit.
but we saw that again. We saw that again with the 11th Doctor. We did see the what's it called? I can't think of the power source.
The
What's
Eye
it
of
called?
Harmony.
Eye of Harmony. It was in an episode with Matt Smith. Eye of Harmony. We saw it again. So they did actually bring that back. The episode where they actually got into the TARDIS and there's these. I can't remember the name of the episode, but I don't know. I mean, it's I mean, it's a long franchise though. I mean, in some ways, I mean, I think Malcolm, you said to me before, you don't want to see it end. You just want to see it written well.
I want to get. That's why I'm with Malcolm on Blake 7. I actually think B7's better than Doctor Who for me. I love Blake 7. I'm terrified what they're going to do with that if it does come.
Honestly, don't think we're ever going to see it.
I
It's
can't
still,
see it
it's still
happening.
a kind of production
Do
company.
you know what? I can't see it. No, I know it's going to happen.
Firefly's exactly the same. And Firefly's going to be an animated show, and they still can't find anyone to pump money into it.
Yeah.
But what would happen if we get Blake 7? And I've said this several times online. If we do get Blake 7, it will be Earth-based. There'll be no ship. There'll be no this. There'll be an Earth-based freedom fighter / terrorist group, and that's all they'll stick to. Because nobody wants to throw money at the special effects needed to make a decent fucking sci-fi show anymore.
We need Liberator. We do.
Well,
I think if it's made, you won't get that. And the guy has already said. The guy doing it has already said, we're not making this for the fans. That is the biggest fucking red flag you can do.
Make the Liberator a boat.
Yeah.
It swims around the earth trying to sort
Right.
Now, listen, guys, we're about.
I mean, I drafted a script for Blake 7. What I'd do.
Yeah.
I would make the system the villains of it all. I would.
I need to interrupt this point. We've got the infamous Zoom coming up. So can we just pause this and come straight back? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Is that all right, you two?
Yeah. I've just started.
I know, that's why, because otherwise it's going to cut you mid-sentence. So we'll be right back. Oh, okay, so we're back. So, Martin, sorry, carry on about your issues and fears about Blake 7.
Well, I mean, it's. I just want it to be written well. I get it because you're gonna have politics in it. The Terran Federation is tyrannical, which is fair enough. It's about a freedom fighter, anti-heroes taking on the evil establishment. And the interesting thing, what they did in the original series, that is Blake a fanatic or not? Avon, like, you want them dynamics, and if they get hold of it, they're gonna fucking ruin it. They're gonna change everything. And I don't want that. I want the original stuff. I want that darkness, and I want the stories.
But aren't you fearful that they will mess it up?
Things in it.
They're going to mess it up. They're probably going to mess it up. If it's BBC who does it, I can't see them. I've lost the confidence in the BBC over the last several years from everything they've done.
The Expanse set a future, didn't they? Where people did whatever they did, and that was it. And we accepted everybody for what they were and who they were. And you had time. I mean, they made it work, didn't they? The Expanse, they made it work, didn't they?
Yeah, but then again, it wasn't made by the BBC, was it?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, if it was made, that's my issue.
My relationship with the BBC now is in the toilet.
Oh, mine too. Yeah. And it's a double flush as well. So it's
yeah, it is now. And I don't like saying that because the BBC, you could say, have had their moments of doing some magnificent stuff.
They did, but not for a long time. Well, I mean, do you like anything on the BBC, Malcolm?
Nope. The BBC's had its day. I mean, that's why I don't pay for a license anymore. I don't watch any BBC. I don't watch live TV.
I don't either.
I'm streaming channels only.
I don't either.
So I just don't pay it. The BBC have they've reached the point now where, because of the TV license, they can just basically print as much money as they fucking want, and they don't have to make decent shows. Their news networks are the most biased on the fucking planet. It's just absolute nonsense. I mean, I know we're going off track.
No, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind going off track.
I don't even watch BBC.
There's nothing more fantastic to me than people binning their license, not $5
but you know that
off of their revenue last year.
You know they're going to go after people who watch YouTube.
Yeah. Well, they want to make it part of your.
Over years, I went for several jobs at BBC over the last 20 years. About 20 years, I applied for a couple of jobs, and I got an interview. But I'm going to be honest with you, it was very. You had to know people in there.
Yeah.
I never got a job with them. I never did, but I went for the interviews, and a friend of mine told me same had happened to him. That to work there, you've got to
know the people in the right places.
Yeah, and
well,
that's how it was. That's how it was. So the BBC is a nice little club for a certain class of people.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, again, as Malcolm says, we are slightly off topic, but I mean, it is based on partly on Doctor Who, which they make.
Yeah. Well, people
and it's just
running
that
it.
when I grew up in the 70s and 80s, or even the early 90s, I like the BBC a lot. I like a lot of their comedy.
Yeah,
I like a lot of their content. I like a lot of their dramas. But I literally have not watched anything. The only things I've seen in recent years of the BBC are Doctor Who, which turned into a fucking joke. War of the Worlds, which was a load of bollocks.
I don't even watch Question Time now.
No, I don't watch any of it. I don't watch anything on the BBC. And it makes me wonder. I mean, I'm starting to think about the fact that I really got to look at other less familiar new TV shows to get into, because we're going to have nothing to watch soon. All the old IPs are going to be gone.
For my politics, there's certain YouTubers that are very knowledgeable and they do very sort of good things.
Thank you.
So I watch them now.
Yeah, I know what I mean. But I just think that because I watch a lot of YouTube now. Yeah, I really do. I don't watch TikTok because I think you've got to have the brain capacity of a goldfish to watch that stuff. I can't get on TikTok.
I do. I'm pretty.
Well, I'm not going to call it. What, should I call you a smart goldfish then, or what?
I don't know. TikTok's interesting. I think the problem is as well is like the other thing is people. For us, we used to sit through a 24-part TV series over 6 months.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we used to do. Star Trek, Deep Space Nine every week on a Thursday. Every week.
Yeah.
26 episodes. That's 6 months.
That's it. 6
now,
months.
The young, and I'm not knocking them. I think the younger generation.
They can watch something for 6 minutes. About 6 minutes is about all they can cope with.
Their attention spans now. It's got to be something that's got to hold them.
Well, yeah. But then, of course, the interesting thing is now that they're going to make it so that to watch social media, you're going to have to be over or 16 or over from February next year in the UK, like they've done in Australia. That might have an interesting aspect. I think they still will watch it from other sources. It won't be legal.
Yeah, it's not working in Australia, and it won't work here.
I don't know much. I don't know anything about it. So Australia's not worked out.
No, really. Okay. Kids just find a way around it.
Well, that's what I was wondering. When I heard this the other day, I thought myself, they're just finding a way.
People monetize those ways around it. So all it's doing is costing kids money now to get around it. It's just nonsense.
Okay.
If you're 15 and you're a streamer and you're earning vast amounts of money, you're going to find a way around it because you're earning money.
Now, how are they going to stop you from doing it? Are they going to, obviously...
Well, that's the other thing. They've got to enforce it, and they won't.
How are they going to enforce it? Are you going to have like the streaming police? You're going to have people like walking around with like streaming uniforms with truncheons.
That's what they said to our idiot Prime Minister. So, well, how are you going to enforce it? And he's coming out with a political spiel as usual. Like, but answer the bloody question. Because you're going to enforce it, it's going to cost money.
Yeah, so we'll have to more council tax or whatever. They'll take it out of that.
Yeah, and not only that. Somebody said to him when he did that speech over there, somebody said, "Well, if you're old enough to join the army at 16 and you're bringing in voting for 16, who the hell are you to restrict them?"
Yeah,
it's true, isn't it? So. I'm sat on the fence with all this at the moment, but if you're going to enforce it, you're going to have to back it up, and they won't spend the money. So
the whole thing is a farce, then, basically. The whole thing is just a load of
it's just, I'll do this, and everybody will love me and vote for me. And it's just that's all it's done for. He has no interest in whether kids are watching it or not, or whether it's effective. It'll just be something else where he'll say, "Well, it's costing us this amount of money to enforce it," but they're not enforcing it at all. They're just taking the money.
Yeah, I agree entirely. That's not good. All right, so obviously, sorry, I know we've gone a bit political, but I don't mind that. I think it's interesting in respect to what we're talking about.
I saw the franchise try to make a return last week.
What was that?
And it bombed, but I loved it. It's A-Man.
I want to give that a go. I'm going to
be honest with you both. I know it's bombed. It's fantastic.
Yeah, but right.
I'm quite looking forward to seeing it.
Humor in it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. But again, this goes back to the long-term IPs. I mean, like they've got a new Supergirl coming out. I think that's going to bomb. I thought that this He-Man, it looked like it might do quite well because it's the first, isn't it? I mean, they made one in the 80s, 90s. There was another one, live action He-Man.
Yeah.
But I thought that as this was new, it might potentially do well, but it's bombed.
You know what? Right? I discovered recently. So this the He-Man cost something. I don't know why it's such a widespread figure. It cost something like 170 to 200 million to make.
Right.
So in order to be considered to have broken even, a film has to take 2 to 2.5 times that.
Yeah,
because of all the extra money that's spent on marketing that they didn't take into account, and also the cinema. What the box office gets split, so the cinema takes half the money. So you have to take. This will have to take 400 million at the box office in order to get the 200 million pound back they've spent, because the other 200 million to break even. And then if they've spent more on marketing than they thought they would, it has to take even more.
Yeah.
So potentially to break even, they're looking at 450, 500 million just to break even. That's mad.
Yeah. So and by next month it'll be streamed on Amazon.
Well, the guy online was going, oh, they're going to get all the DVD sales and then all the toys and merchandising. And I went on and said, well, no, they won't, because physical DVD sales are in decline. They are. A lot of new stuff isn't even being released on DVD, on physical anymore. It's all sold to streaming services. That's not going to happen. And people tend to torrent anyway. And as for toys, no one is introducing a toy line to a franchise that bombed. No one's making new toys for something that didn't fucking work. They half the time they won't even make new merchandising for things that were successful.
When I was in View last week, I saw they were selling Mandalorian stuff behind the counter.
Right.
You know, popcorn buckets of his helmet and that. And do you know how much they were?
No.
£29. I've got my plastic helmet. You put your popcorn in. £29.
Oh God!
And for a cup with fucking Grogu sat on top of it.
Yeah.
And I sat there for I won't pay £29.
But
all I've got to do is sit back for 3 or 4 months, just walk into the cinema, and they'll be selling them off for £2-3.
Yeah, but I mean,
£29.
Isn't this sort of indicative of a major new change in the way that movies are being presented from a long-term IP? Because if all these superheroes, Marvel, obviously science fiction, most of them are bombing, right? Most of them are bombing. So obviously Project Hail Mary was successful, but it wasn't a long-term franchise. It was based on a book. And it's done very well, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And Malcolm, I hope you see it soon. But a lot of these things that we thought were going to be doing well, I know the Supergirl's going to bomb. I just know that already.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the way I've seen it, they're all getting ready. All the YouTube haters are all. I'm not going to give names of the YouTube channels, but you know the ones I'm talking about. They're just getting ready to get the thumbnails ready to say this film. It's all ready. It's literally they're ready to hit sort of publish, and it's going to go as soon as they've seen it. So where do you two think that it's all going to go in the next few years in respect to all these shows that we like?
Marvel's on its last legs.
Yeah,
if Spider-Man's out in July, I think that will do well.
Spider-Man is one of the most successful of the contemporary ones.
That'll do $1 billion if it
really that much really.
I think the last one did very well, so I assume it. But their money's not on that. It's what's coming at Christmas. Marvel's terrified of.
Oh, is it a Doomsday? What's the one?
Doomsday,
yeah. I heard about that.
That's the one, because if Doomsday spent £500 million on this,
but this is like the culmination of all these other movies, isn't it? This has to do well.
And if that bombs at Christmas, Marvel's.
I think it will. I think it will still. I think it must have enough power from all the franchise, from all the characters.
Like the last few years, they've all been sinking.
So, what do you think, Martin? Do you think it's going to bomb?
I think we're. I mean, I watched The Boys. Did you? I'd like The Boys season 5 is.
I've still not seen the. I am going to watch The Boys. I've still not seen it, but I've heard that it.
Final season, I thought I enjoyed it, but a lot of people weren't happy with how it finished.
Right. Okay. Well, that's a shame.
they were expecting more at the end when you want it, but in its defence, it was aiming that way to end like that, and you knew it was. But the boys, that started off massive, and there is a spin-off series coming now. But I mean, it's like these independent things that are coming out. Some of them they get a fan base and people are into it. Like, I have not seen it yet. Stranger Things.
I saw a few of the first season years ago. I thought it was quite good, but I never followed it up. I do want to see that. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm now going to have to look at some of these other IPs, because I've got all of my favourite ones are all finishing. So in a year's time, I'm going to have nothing else to watch but go into Stranger Things and go into Fringe, which I'm going to try. Finish off watching 12 Monkeys, which I got a bit bored with in season 2, but I'll finish that.
I got bored of that.
Yeah, I got bored, but I'm going to have nothing else to watch, so I'm going to have to watch some of these new shows.
Yeah, well, I watched I got into Fallout. I've started on Star City.
Oh, which one's Star
the
City?
Spin-off.
Malcolm's talked about it. He's not there at the moment, but yeah.
And I've been.
I still need to see For All Mankind. I still need to see For All Mankind seasons 4 and 5. So
5 wasn't too bad.
It's all ready to go. Apparently 4 wasn't so good, but apparently 5 is good. Yeah. And what's the new For All Mankind, and then the new spin-off?
Yeah.
I know you're into that, aren't you, Malcolm? So Star City isn't it set during the same time as the previous season, but it's in Russia or something?
Yeah.
So do we have crossovers from characters from the first show?
No idea, because I've not watched it yet. I didn't really get into season 5 of For All Mankind. I'm told it's good, but I kind of couldn't get into.
I've not seen the last 2 seasons yet. I still need to watch it. I just haven't got around to doing it, but I do want this one that's on the list.
I mean, the other thing is they've sunk Mandalorian, haven't they? They've ended. That's gone now.
I heard the movie's not too bad though. I've heard it.
Yeah, I know, but they shouldn't have turned this. To me, that when that got released at cinema, I had no interest in it.
Nobody I know seen it. They'll all be watching the new horror one, based off a YouTube channel or something. And a couple of horrors, and like even my family, like, oh, you want to see the Mandalorian? Nah, not interested. They just nobody's seen it.
No, and I should be, because I did like.
I loved the first seasons of that. I thought it was really good. I would have
liked to see Mandalorian season 4.
Well, this is what they reckon it is. Really, it's like because don't forget some of the episodes were so short in the previous seasons, like 20 minutes an episode. This is like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
It's almost like the 4th season, but they just condensed it into a movie.
To be fair, I'm hoping Paramount are paying attention, because Paramount's idea is to bin Star Trek TV series and go back to making movies.
I heard that. Yeah, and apparently there's a big Comic-Con or something coming along in the summer, and they're going to actually be potentially announcing, because it's the 60th anniversary. But I don't know. And the more I hear about
Star Trek needs to stick to television.
I do too. Movies has never been. It's always been a television-based franchise, and we've had some good movies. But we've also had some shot.
Why can't they just get their acts together and just create a 25th century series?
Well, the one with Archer.
Well, that's meant to be on the cards now. It's
but apparently they can't do anything until Kurtzman's kicked out, because obviously
he's gone now. He's gone now.
Well, no, it's not been confirmed. Not been confirmed.
Oh, I thought no.
Gone. I mean, Kennedy's gone with Star Wars. Obviously, Rusty Davies has gone with Doctor Who. This is why I did the thumbnails of the 3 figureheads from the franchises. Who are? I know Kennedy's already gone, but I thought I'd chuck her in because all the bullshit has been since she's been doing it. She's only been gone recently. Now Russell T Davies is gone, thank God. And then of course Alex Kurtzman. Everybody's waiting for him to go with Secret Hideout, because once they're gone, then they're potentially talking about maybe Paramount having a Star Trek inbuilt at Paramount Studios kind of thing, where they can actually do it in-house, because they do it I think they do it in Vancouver, the modern Star Trek shows, like where Stargate did it. I think they did it. I know they do it in Canada, British Columbia or something, because it's cheaper.
A lot of them, because of tax rates.
The only one that wasn't was Picard, seasons 2 and 3. I think season 1, they did that in Los Angeles.
Bizarrely enough, Stargate was going to be filmed here.
Yeah.
The new
and they were actually looking for locations and potential places to make it and all this sort of stuff.
But again, I mean, have you ever seen the filming of something like The Mandalorian? Have you ever seen any behind the scenes?
I've seen some of the stuff on the volume where they're like
It's
it's all like
literally
a huge
all done
screen
in one warehouse with
Yeah.
green screen.
Yeah, I've heard
Everything
it.
is added later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
It's
it's not green screen. It's like a huge, like it's like a holodeck, and like
Yeah.
you can literally put this stuff in front of you, and they walk in front of a screen, and they see it like we would see it. But obviously, it used to be you just see stuff on green screen so they wouldn't see it when they're filming it. Now they can even interact with the locations and look up, and they're seeing what we see. And it was I remember it came along when The Mandalorian season 1 came along, and then some people started saying, "Oh, it looks fake," and you could tell it's the volume. And I thought, well, to me, it looked pretty good, but maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I'm going to give that series on Apple TV a go. Invasion.
Oh yeah, I've seen it advertised. Yeah.
What's that
I've never
about?
seen it. It's 3 seasons of it. I'm going to start.
What is that? It's not. What's the one with that War of the Worlds with the robot dogs, which was awful?
I don't know. I couldn't know that.
That was why is it called War of the Worlds? It's got nothing to do with War of the Worlds. And robot dogs in it.
That was the European production.
Yeah, but why was it called War of the Worlds?
I've seen so I don't know, but these dogs come in asteroids and start and they knock out all the electricity and
It was. Did you watch? I saw some of it, but I just remember it was weird.
That ran for about 3 seasons. Did that?
Did you watch the whole thing, or did you give up on it?
No. I saw it on. Oh God, I saw it on. I picked it up on a channel. They only showed a couple of it. I got bored of it really quick.
Yeah, I got bored of it. Did you see that?
I remember they were in a building, this family, and there were these dog things running.
Wasn't it in 2 locations, one in Europe and one somewhere else or something?
Yeah.
It was weird.
I don't know if it finished. I don't know.
I just remember it was very odd, and I don't know. And of course, I checked out because War of the Worlds, and War of the Worlds is one of my favorite ever. And I have to say, if ever you get the chance, watch the remaster. I haven't mentioned before because I love it so much. The remastered 1953 version of War of the Worlds with the sounds redone, the special effects, all the wires have gone. I've never seen an old classic movie look so good. It is absolutely fantastic what they did with that movie, and I've always adored that movie. I even like the 80s.
I'd rather have a remake.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, obviously, a lot of people hated the Tom Cruise one.
I mean, this is another thing.
They can't do another War of the Worlds. We had that awful thing last year where they're looking at Zoom and talking about it, and oh God, Ice-T. What a load of bollocks that was.
Yeah, what was that about?
Fucking.
Do you remember that, Malcolm?
Did you see that?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, don't save yourself an hour and a half of your life. Do not watch that.
He's sat in a room with a computer telling everybody what to do.
Hey, Doug, I'm on a webcam. There's a tripod coming down the road. If you hide under that, oh fucking hell! It was just.
And then they were here to feed on our data. That was it.
And if you look at the tripods themselves, you could tell that they actually used the basic outline of the tripods from the 1984 TV version. Yeah. They ripped off. And they just made a new more creature-based tripod.
But why can't they make a decent
They can't make it. BBC War of the Worlds is never the best version. Best 2 versions of War of the Worlds is the 53 movie and the Jeff Wayne album.
Actually, no, there was did you ever see that cheap to DVD one?
We reviewed the one with those kids. There was one with we did that one.
They made one, the War of the Worlds, and it was one of them cheap. I think it were Asylum films. That it nasty.
Oh yeah.
And then
really
they made a
CGI
where a load of F-15s flew to Mars and the attack.
Yeah. I saw the first of those, and the special effects were terrible.
Terrible. Yeah.
I like the Tom Cruise movie.
I quite like the Tom Cruise movie.
I quite like that.
I went to see it at the cinema. I thought actually, what it's worth, I thought it was actually fine.
The problem with that film was, I get it. He was trying to touch on the people drama. I get that, the fear. But they should have showed more of the military fighting them. They rarely showed anything, did they?
Well, I always want to see more of the tripods. I mean, we saw some of them.
Yeah,
but it was more about Tom trying to get his family out of harm's way.
I get that. That could have been part of stuff, but it would have been nice to have seen it from military point.
And my other half hated the Ogilvy bit where they're stuck in the basement with that nutty guy for ages, and he says, "I'll protect the door," and it went on too long. She said that was the worst bit of the movie.
I'm getting a bit fed up of that one now. But that scene in every version where they're in the basement.
Yeah, it's in 2 of them. I think there's something into. But look, so we are going slightly off topic. But again, obviously we talk about long-term IPs, and I don't think we're going to get many more remakes. I just
The Highlander film coming up.
Oh yeah,
it's a pretty big franchise, and I'm looking forward to that. Highlander.
Oh, Highlander! They're remaking Highlander.
Henry Cavill,
Henry Cavill.
Oh, yeah, I'll give that a go.
Australian guy, Russell Crowe.
Batista.
Yeah, Dave Bautista.
I never saw I never saw the TV sequel
the TV
to
series
the
is brilliant.
Highlander.
The TV series is
Never
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and Duncan MacLeod, wasn't it? Duncan MacLeod.
Yeah. I cannot recommend the TV series enough. It is so good.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I'll give that one a go. Put it on the list. All right. So, anything else to say about obviously what's been happening? Any final thoughts and hopes and perspectives on what's been going on over the last few months? Martin.
Oh, Dad, I'm thinking I'm in two minds about Disclosure Day.
I've heard mixed views. I like Steven Spielberg, but some people said it's a bit tired. It's a bit sort of like it's not original. I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out.
Some people think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't form an opinion.
I don't know.
I'm getting to the point where I look at people's impressions, but I just think just go for it myself because there's so many sources with so many variable opinions. You know. How about you, Malcolm? What do you think?
Go see it. I'm in two minds about whether I go see it.
All right.
Yeah, you watch people's stuff now. First off, you have to take into account that influencers are going to slag anything off. People seem to have forgotten that the word criticism doesn't mean slag off. You know, you can give positive criticism. You're basically just pointing out stuff that could be done better, etc., etc., etc. So all the influencers have lost that. So they just basically slag anything off, no matter what it is. And that. So you've got to take everything they say with a pinch of salt, and then you can't really watch these massive arguments and rows people get into because everything gets divided into two camps. You either think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or you think it's shit. And I've had conversations where I've said this, where I've gone like. That bit didn't really do it for me. They've gone, oh, so you fucking hated everything. I said, no, I never said that at all. I said, it's like that one particular aspect of it.
But the thing is, it's like there's one channel, I'm not going to name them, but the whole channel is built on rage bait. Don't matter.
5-5.
Yeah. It is. And like, they're just so angry all the time.
Yeah.
And like when they do the lives and people say, well, I did like that. And then somebody's like, oh, you're woke and you're this. And I'm sat there thinking, yeah, but if someone comes, just because you don't fucking like it.
Hate channels get the views. Hate channels get the views. And we're not a hate channel.
I know, but to be so angry like that all the time. Just shouting and bawling for 3 hours.
Yeah, but also I like repeats, so I know that I've got there's nearly 1,000 episodes of Star Trek which have been made. There's been 200 nearly with the new Doctor Who. All right, the last 50 have been terrible, whatever. But I've got 60 years of both those franchises to enjoy.
Well, yeah, but we don't. Look, it's. If something comes out and it's shit, and we don't like rage bait about it. We actually have an in-depth discussion.
Well, no, we'll say if it's shit. I still think you two were harder me with Star Trek Generations, but we won't go back on that one because I like that movie. But there we go.
I'm not going there. But we don't rage bait. We analyze it. We talk about it for an hour, and we're not. But these people, it's like they're dictating that you can't. Oh, if you watch that, it's uncool, and you're supporting the wokey people. And I'm like, yeah, but you're. And I'm sat there thinking, well, you're not telling me what I can watch.
No. But when you watch,
on here trying to make fucking money.
When you watch something like Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who, those last 2 seasons, which I literally think are one of the worst things in science fiction, long-term science fiction that's ever been created.
It was terrible, all of it.
So I was angry about that.
I will say this though, there was the one episode with he's got the Belinda woman with him and the giant guy who's trapped in the robot chair sort of scenario. And the reviews the next day were like, oh, more fucking woke as rubbish. So I watched it again and tried to pinpoint where the woke stuff was. And apart from her making one offhand comment about the fact the guy was her boyfriend was manipulative or something, there was nothing fucking woke in it at all. Now it's just a pop phrase that cunts fucking spew out.
Yeah, is
Just
that the one? Is that the one
something.
where the boyfriend basically he's part of a thing?
He ends up in some big computer thing, doesn't he?
Is that the one where he's going after Unit and basically he's like a fake monster?
No, it's much earlier than that. Much earlier.
Because I saw 73 Yards and I thought it was Dr. Light, but I quite like that one.
The one I liked it was the internet one where they're all stuck in like social media.
Bubble. Was it Dot Bubble? Yeah. I didn't
Interestingly enough, I was watching today an interview with Peter Capaldi, and he said basically they have to churn out an episode a week, and he goes, you're doing it so fast that they're filming 2 episodes at the same time. He goes, which is why you get these Dr. Light episodes. So Blink,
I've heard that. Yeah,
and the one where he's trapped inside the TARDIS and the bubble that you just said. That's why there's episodes where the Doctor's hardly in it because he's off filming another.
But they're the best episodes. That's the problem. They're the ones I like the most.
He said the remit for Blink was we need a monster that's going to cost fuck all. So that's it, just a fucking angel. No acting, no buying a costume. That's it, and it turns out to be one of the
best episodes.
Every time they use it, after that shit. But in the
first episode, Blink was brilliant. Blink was a really, really good episode. You can't.
I did like the one where he was stuck on the mine. I thought was good.
Yeah.
When he was on that mine.
Blink to me was probably. I'd have to go through and check. Blink to me was probably one of the last good episodes. Other than that, I don't think we got anything really good until, and it's a polarizing one. Hellbent, the one where he keeps punching the bottom of the wall.
Hellbent,
that episode is fucking fantastic.
Oh, brilliant! Because I love that. I thought, I loved those two. I think that was the Peter Capaldi's penultimate season. That's the last one's with Clara, and those episodes I thought were really, really good.
Yeah, that whole kind of arc was brilliant.
Loved it. Absolutely brilliant. All right, guys, I think we'll probably wrap up now. So thank you very much for joining me for this one. Let's hope that we either find some new shows to watch or that some of our beloved series come back in some form in the future, which we can all enjoy, whether you're our age or teenagers or 20s or 30s.
I mean, we've said it before, it's easy enough to do. One, get rid of all the romance shit. It doesn't matter whether it's heterosexual or homosexual. Just get rid of it. You don't need it. We don't need to see people fucking eat each other's faces. And 90% of the program is them trying to get in each other's pants. No matter what. Forget all that fucking
I agree.
Sci-fi doesn't and has never needed it. No. And then your messages, your fucking climate can change and all of that.
You can have intelligent.
Make it the focal point of the fucking episode. Make it. You know, we had Tobias Vaughan in the Cyberman one, Invasion of the Cybermen, and we had the guys in the Green Death. You know, the corporation that's in charge. They managed to fit it in Classic Who. They managed to fit it fucking in these god awful corporations destroying the planet. Without fucking just fucking ramming it down your throat, you fucking big vegan cunt.
Yeah, bashing over the head like that with that sledgehammer.
And I was like, so that's what it's a decent storyline, and we'll all naturally absorb the fucking message because it's in a decent storyline. You're not fucking punching us in the face with it every 2 fucking minutes.
They almost like insult us. They think that we're a moron, so they have to make it so obvious. Where you don't need it, you can have it in a subtle, intelligent way where you will perceive it, you will understand it, and you will enjoy it. Not, as you say, bash you over the head with a sledgehammer just to get the message across. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, he's obviously the villain because he's male and white.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm not sure what we're going to be reviewing next. I hopefully we'll do Project Hail Mary, but obviously it's up to you guys as well. I know Martin's often got a few things on, so thank you for joining us for this one, Martin. We do appreciate it. It's been really nice to see you. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be back with another interesting episode. So until then, thank you very much and live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
Turn it up loud, feel the beat, walk speed, engines, no defeat, solo one, pulse the heat.
Don't forget to subscribe to Comic Pod's YouTube channel.